And now to our interview portion on the business side of it all. We are focusing on how technology can help in the business sector, especially when it comes to the micro, small and medium enterprise MSMEs in the country, given that there are many here in the country. So how can technology be a solution for them in this ever-changing globe? To help us at least navigate through this particular discussion is none other than Alexander Odhiambo, the founder and chief executive officer of Solutech Limited. Alexander, good afternoon and welcome to the show.
Good afternoon to you. Thank you.
And maybe give us an overview of how the sector is faring on right now.
There's a lot of vibrancy in the sector, as always. The ecosystem players or innovators or entrepreneurs and startups continue to come up with solutions that are solving problems that are in the industry. In different businesses and sectors. The biggest theme right now is around artificial intelligence and how it's impacting different businesses. I think we all recognize that technology is at the center of the future of every other business around. And other things happening. We've heard of MasterCard Foundation pulling out the funding due to the US effects on the US election. Yeah, so those are just but a few things that are happening, which puts startups at a position where we have to rethink how we fund our businesses.
And given that we're in this digital era, you do know that businesses don't operate normally now with this digital era. Now, MSMEs are many in this particular this country, and the adoption of technology, especially in their sector, is very low. How can this be addressed, and why is this the case?
All right, so some of the reasons why that are slowing the adoption, number one, you'd look at price, the price of getting technology into your ecosystem. And when we're thinking about price, you're thinking margins, the kind of margins that they get in their business to see how it supports their business. Sometimes the one-off costs that come with the software or the fees that they have to pay every now and then. But while you look at that, you also realize that many MSMEs and micros don't really get to understand the return on investment. So there is a need for a lot of education, a lot of digital literacy, and really them getting technology partners who will help them unlock so that they don't see it from a cost perspective, but as a tool to propel their businesses to the next level.
How do you make that level very plain for them, given that you see other companies who are already established are way ahead before even these MSMEs are able to grasp or adopt this technology? So to ensure there is a level playing field in the business sector, how do you ensure, or what advice could you give to many MSMEs who are watching right now they should be doing right now?
Okay, first of all, I think as technology providers, our responsibility does not just lie on providing the tech, but we also have the responsibility of breaking it down in very simple terms. What is this technology and how can it help these business owners in propelling their businesses to the next level? For example, what we do at Solutech, we position ourselves as a partner, as a trusted partner. And by partnership means that when we onboard you, we get to walk with you through that journey. You will not buy us off the shelf and use our technology. We want to understand where is your business, where are you going? So we create this culture of working with you and innovating with you. Yeah, so if businesses can, many tech providers need to position themselves as long-term partners to these kinds of businesses rather than one-off solutions.
And we do know those technologies are as good as the people who are running it. So with this partnership, does it include even ensuring the employees grasp the technology and how to use it?
Yes, definitely. Training is at the center of it all. But one of the things that we push as Solutech is it starts from the top. The leadership must lead from the front, and these businesses need to, we encourage them to create a culture of technology adoption. Let it be talked about very many times. We have very many tools that are coming out, talk about ChatGPT and all this. Most of us are on Facebook, on WhatsApp. We can see what they can already do. And they're being adopted by different age groups of people. So definitely education is very, very important. And yeah, so once that, if that is done well, and especially for businesses that are providing these solutions, more and more education, emphasizing on it being as a culture, more training opportunities for staff to expose them more, I think it will really ease in how technology is adopted. Yes.
And what are some of the outstanding challenges you have encountered so far?
Resistance to change. Resistance to change. So that is when it comes to businesses adopting the technology. There's some fear of unknown. There are businesses that are comfortable on how they were doing their things. So if you bring in technology, they might feel like you are interfering with some fabric that really is important to them. And it really takes some work to shift that mindset. So it's basically resistance to change and mindset, apart from things to do with now cost. So it's more on just creating more awareness and training and redefining your methodology on how you onboard these businesses onto tech. Yeah.
And probably what advice could you give, given that you do know that there are many entrepreneurs out there and it has seen an increase which has spurred growth in our economy in this particular country. So what advice would you give those entrepreneurs who are watching you right now?
Great. So my advice to entrepreneurs watching right now would be employ something called design thinking. So design thinking basically is using empathy when it comes to problem solving. Immerse yourselves into the problems to get to understand what do these businesses or users go through on a day-to-day basis, and use that as the foundation of innovation. Yes.
And is funding a problem?
Funding, yes, is a problem. So for example, our business is a bootstrap business.
Yeah.
So we've been there for 10 years, never received any funding. Yes, it can be a problem, but it depends on what kind of business you're running, how fast you want to scale your business.
Yes.
But the truth is, in the past year, we've seen a decline in terms of funding. But we are hoping that things get better as the year goes by. Yes.
Maybe as you give us your final remarks, just talk to the young people who are watching you right now. Is there a future in this industry?
There's a great future in this industry. When you walk around here, there's very many problems that we get to encounter. Every business you go to, every organization you interact with, even in your day-to-day interactions with people, socially and all this, there are so many problems yet to be solved. There are very many opportunities, and especially with artificial intelligence coming in, this is the time to immerse yourselves into understanding how do you position this technology for your own well-being. Yeah.
Thank you so much. There you have it. There's still opportunities in the tech world, according to Alexander Odhiambo, who is the founder and the Chief Executive Officer of Solutech Limited. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. That concludes our interview portion, and directly want to look at